Nike, the world's most popular and biggest sportswear company. In just over 50 years, one man's dream of better shoes turned into a global corporation worth over $100 billion. The year is 1962, and Phil Knight had just graduated from Stanford. As any business graduate can tell you, becoming an entrepreneur is difficult if you don't have any good ideas. But Phil had one. Phil became obsessed with his idea about bringing Japanese shoes to the USA. He knew that to take advantage of it, he'd have to establish contact with a Japanese company and negotiate to import their goods to America. In November 1962, he flew over to Japan like a tourist and just started exploring. In the beautiful city of Kobe, he stumbled upon a shoe store that caught his eye. It belonged to a company called Onitsuka Tiger, and the shoes they made were, for their time, very high quality. So much so that Phil was determined to import them back home. He presented himself as an American shoe distributor and arranged a meeting with the company's founder. Phil made up a company name on the spot and offered to become Onitsuka's distributor in America, a proposal which, probably to his surprise, the owner actually accepted. With nothing more than his confidence, Phil had become the exclusive distributor for Onitsuka Tiger in the USA. He received his first shipment of 12 pairs of Tiger shoes in 1963, and he started selling them out of the back of his car at every running track he could drive to. Obviously, though, his strategy wasn't scalable, so he went to the only person he knew who understood more about running shoes than he did, his former coach at the University of Oregon, Bill Bowerman. Thus, in January 1964, Bill and Phil incorporated Blue Ribbon Sports, each investing $500 into it. In 1965, their revenue had increased to $20,000, and pretty soon they opened their very own store in Santa Monica. But while Phil was handling the business side of the operation, the actual innovation was coming from Bill. It was one of Bill's designs that catapulted BRS into the mainstream. The Cortez, as he called it, became one of the best-selling shoes in 1968, undoubtedly thanks to the 1968 Olympics, held in Mexico. Thanks to the Cortez, BRS sold $300,000 worth of shoes in 1969. But they had a big problem. The Cortez was so successful that they couldn't keep up with the demand. Every new shipment they received sold out faster than the one before, but Onitsuka kept sending them at the same glacial pace. Phil and Bill knew that to expand, they would have to evolve beyond being just a simple distributor. Luckily for them, their contract would end in 1972. In 1971, he started working on the branding. His first employee suggested calling the brand Nike, after the Greek goddess of victory. Then Phil needed a logo, so he went to a nearby university, snatched the first graphic design student he could find, and told her to make him a logo. For the impressive sum of $35, he got this, the swoosh. From then on, the story of Nike became one of growth. They became the largest sportswear company in America in 1989, on the back of brilliant marketing like the Just Do It campaign, and by signing rookie athletes that would eventually become famous across the world.